Hi everyone and welcome back to the channel. Well, we're here today with something that I'm going to be sharing for the next 4 videos, which is hair ties decorations. Like, we are going to take a simple hair tie and we're going to transform it in a really cute, beautiful, incredible pattern, just because there's so many variations that we can create. I'm going to show you only on the this neon orange yarn. I'm gonna show you the basic and just on one color and stuff like that, but you can go along and you can change the hook size, and you can change the colors, and you can change the styles as you want to create what you're looking for. As you can see here, I have 3 of the styles that I've done, but I actually decided to do a 4th one, which I'm gonna be sharing in as I said, separate videos. So we have one like a flower, then we have another one like a spiky, and then we have this one. This one is a combination of stitches, so that's why it's not that simple. And we're gonna make another one that is gonna be a lot more simple, that is just gonna be based on single crochets. But here I have the example of this one. You can see how pretty it is when you do 2 colors, the contrast that is great, as long as you have yarns that match properly. As I said, for this video, I'm just going to be using this one. And by the way, this yarn called for a 5mm. So you always have to go slightly lower on your hook, just because you want these patterns to look quite tight. You don't want them to be loosed up, because they are not going to look good. And we have to cover the entire hair tie. So we need to make sure we are covering. Like you can see, you cannot say that there is a hair tie inside of it, but it is. Okay, look at this flower as well. You can always come and do different colors for the petals, and that's gonna be gorgeous. This one is super easy to do as well. And the black one I didn't finish because I didn't have yarn enough, but it's as well a really pretty one that I'm gonna give you the full step by step. So you can see they are really easy to do in no time, and you can easily make a bulk of them, take a couple of yarns and create different designs. Buy one of these packages that have like plenty of hair ties, and let's get along with the step by step of how to do these beautiful hair ties for either grown-up or kids. It doesn't really matter, because it's normal, regular size of hair tie. So that's something you also have to keep in mind. By the way, let's get along with the step by step. We're gonna start with a really simple one, and this one is just the basic stitches. So you're gonna start doing a slip knot, and this slip knot will be attached to the hair tie. I decided to use 4mm at the end, because as I said at the beginning, this yarn called for a 5. What you're gonna do is you're gonna attach that yarn to your hair tie, and the way to do it is gonna be based on single crochets. So how many do you have to do? Well, that will depend on how big and how thick your hair tie is. So you have to build as many single crochets as your as you need to cover the entire hair tie. So go along, keep working on them, and this one is our base for every single project that I already shared or I'm about to share in the next few days. So this is the basic way how you're gonna start every single of these. Actually, 4 projects. As I was working along, I decided to do an extra one for you, and they are really simple, they are really easy, and this is why I say you can use 2 colors. In this case, I could have started with a neon orange, and I could have changed for another type of color to make it more like coming out and be more unique and more colorful. That's something you can play with if you have a lot of yarns around. You don't really need much yarn for this project. Obviously, the one that I used for the testing at the beginning of the video, it's quite short. Like, I was just testing to see how does it look like, if I wanted to do it the full round, if I want to do it only half, you know, like it will be visible only on the top when the person put it on, but then on the bottom will be plain. That's also an option you can do. You can always stop and do kind of like, let's call it like half of a moon pattern as well. But the base, which is this one, has to be done all covering your hair tie, because I don't think you want to see the hair tie, especially if you don't have a hair tie that really completely matches the color of the yarn. That's why the black one is really good, because even if I missed some stitches and I was meant to do more or whatever, it will have fade away just because the hair ties are like dark brown and the yarn is black. But in this case, it's really visible, the contrast between one color and another. So obviously we need to keep that in mind at the time of working. If you were to use another color, you can change by now. By the way, bring the tail back with you so you secure that beginning. I know some tails are quite wobbly and then they feel like there's threads everywhere, but the more you secure it, the faster and easier will be for you to work on these projects. Once you have reached the full length of the stitches that you need, as you can see, I'm even squeezing some of them in to make sure it's all covered. We are going to do a slip stitch. So as I was saying, if you were to do different colors, once you do this slip stitch, that will be the end of your first color and you will have to attach the other one. If you don't know how to attach colors, I have shown in multiple videos previously to this one, so you can go and check them. Once you have secured the first row, comes the time to work on the next one. So chain one and start working single crochets across the entire hair tie. Yes, it's as simple as that. But we're not gonna end there, because if you end there, it's gonna look, in my opinion, in my taste, in my point of view, as an unfinished project. Yes, because the way how the stitches look like, if somebody that knows about crocheting will feel like it's not finished. There's something missing on it. So that's what I'm gonna show you right now. So how many stitches you have to do, it will all depend in how many chains or stitches you have single crochets build up before. So you have to work them, all of them right now. If you decide, as I mentioned previously, to do like the half moon, well, found a center, mark your center in both sides, and then go along and just do the half. The only difference will be that the next step will be our final step. Rather than continue working in circles, what you're gonna do is you're gonna go back, chain one, and then turn and do the rest of the half moon that you have done, doing it all over again, and start to finish that half moon. I hope it makes sense what I'm saying, because sometimes I feel doesn't make much sense what I say. But this is really easy. And as you can see, these ones are perfect project if you want to like do it for your kids, if you want to do it as a little gift for somebody else, if you want to sell it as a book, if you do like a crochet market, this is really good as well. You can create the same pattern in multiple colors and sell them like, let's say like a rainbow package, rainbow bundle, and you will have them in multiple colors available for one person to purchase them at one go. Or if like me, you sell everything online as well, you can do the same and then just promote them however better work for you. By the way, if you're a crafter and you like to do things yourself and this video is not enough for you, you prefer a pattern, I have all the patterns of all of these hairbands or hair ties that I'm sharing with you in the next few videos available on my Etsy store. I'm going to leave the link on the description box down below. And the only thing you will have to do is just go there, search for the picture that resemble what you're looking for and get your pattern. Or if you accidentally pop in here and you're like, I want to buy that for somebody else, well, you're lucky because I also sell the physical products. Again, you will have to go to my Etsy store, find the listing that represent that, and get in contact with me so we can discuss what we are looking for or what you will looking for. When you finish this row, again, you're going to do a slip stitch to close up the row. We're not going to chain anymore because we are done. Could you stop absolutely here? Yes, if you want to stop, yes, chain one and fasten off. But if you don't want to stop and you want to finish it and do the finishing touches like I'm doing, the only thing you're going to have to do is go through the entire project one more time and do slip stitches. The slip stitch creates a shape similar to how the stitches were looking like before, but it creates a border on the project. That's something that I like to see in all of the projects that I do. Either it's a cardigan, a hat, gloves, a bag, anything. I like to do slip stitches when I finish because again, I feel like it's an extra border and an extra little touch up that you can give to your project to make it look more like absolutely finished. But then again, this is absolutely your choice. You do not have to do that, and you could just have stopped previously over there. If again as well, you're gonna see the future videos and then you say, okay, I want to make it bigger, I don't want to just create 2 rows of the style, by all means, you could do like now, do 2 rows of single crochet, so you create the thickness and the width to build up something bigger, and then create the spiky bits that I showed at the beginning, or maybe the petals as well. Like, you can modify these patterns as you want to. I'm here just to always give you the guidance as a beginner, or maybe not a beginner, somebody that want to explore something else that never tried before. I'm just here, as I say, giving you the guidance, giving you the step-by-step, and encouraging you to actually go out there and make your own unique patterns, because nobody really want to go and see all the time in our social media the same thing just made out of different hands. Everybody like to see your own personal touches to your own projects. So do so. And of course, share with us. I always like to see all of your projects coming out from our videos or from our patterns. It feels really good to see that it's working for you as well and the creations that you're doing. Once you finish, go back in the first slip stitch that you did. It's going to be quite tough to go in, but do so and do another slip stitch to close up this row. Then do a chain and fasten off. And now the only thing you have to do is take your tapestry needle and go through different stitches. Do not go through a really big chunk that you can see the edge of the yarn, and just hide it. And that will be it. Congratulations, you just create a gorgeous style of hair tie that is just gonna be a stylish new thing, an accessory to add to any outfit or any child or woman out there. So doesn't it feel good to say that you have done something so pretty, so quick, so easily, that yes, you can do it in a bulk? And if you're an absolute beginner, these type of patterns are the best for you because it's easy peasy step-by-steps to follow, and you can practice over and over and over again rather than just do the simple boring squares that sometimes we encourage you to do it. Do these things, because at the end of the day, there's not a big patterns to follow here, because we are not counting stitches, we are not counting chains or whatever. We are just, as you can see, working on one circle. And look how pretty that edge from the slip stitches look like. It's just gorgeous. You can't tell me it's not. And look how flexible it is. It's gonna be so easy for somebody to tidy it up around their head. It's not like because you have built up the crochet that's gonna stop the elasticity of your hair tie. So I really hope you like it. Thank you so much for watching. Check it out in our next video, and I see